As clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
A magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men who are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carried this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with
Perched up top. Good Lord, taking flight.
There was no sense in that. It was all adrenaline.
If you're Seth Rollins, you've got to try to keep the emotions in check. Focus on the task at hand, and that's taking out CM Punk.
Yeah, but Punk's not afraid to play mind games. If Punk sees an opening to set Rollins off, to take Rollins' eye off the ball, he's going to take it. Rollins simply cannot, under any circumstances, take the bait in this match.
And he exits the ring.
Better watch the count.
Amazing action so far in the main event of this historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match and the high-profile nature of this event, I expect a lot of leeway from the official in this match. Nobody wants to see this one end in a count-out or disqualification.
That's what I love about WWE. There's no telling where the matches will go.
Seth Rollins desperately needs to figure this out.
Yeah, now Punk's got Rollins in as vulnerable position as we've ever seen him.
CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago and was out of action for over 6 months. Punk says that tonight he's completely healed. But Wade, you're an athlete. Never divulge the extent of your injuries, right?
Oh, I absolutely would. For sympathy.
Real classy, Wade.
He's heading back to the ring.
Making his way to the top here. And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety. Although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
You didn't sing, I hit your move. They sing my song. All of this.
And now just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This... I don't know if it's resiliency, I don't know if it's sheer instinct, but I do know that tonight, he's perched in the corner, Seth stalking into a stun. We've seen this win matches for Rollins. Looking for the pin, but was that enough?
Whoa! How do you even do that? Kicking out at one after a move like that?
Hey guys, on most nights Rollins would have just ended this, but not tonight. From the top, diving double axe handle. This is a man possessed.
CM Punk!
Flying elbow drop. Fortune favors the bold. These risks could be a winning strategy.
Oh, we know what's coming here. Ladies and gentlemen, down with a GTS. That spells doom for Rollins.
And Punk gets countered there.
Punk dodges out in time.
Over neck breaker. Picture perfect. Got him where he wants him.
Up and forced down.
And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
And CM Punk is keeping the pressure on, completely taking it to Rollins here.
He's able to counter that. Taking things to the top rope.
From the top.
Oh my God, what a move.
And he's only got one thing on his mind right about now. A defensive elbow to the gut ends that.
Spinning kick to the gut. Even more damage inflicted to the torso.
Making a concerted effort to repeatedly go after the midsection, to go after the core of the body.
And retaliates with a counter. Punk wasting no motion on the counter. Oh, look at this. Float over neck breaker. Picture perfect. Seth losing any command of this match.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks. From the top rope.
Oh, he paid for that high risk.
A gruesome landing. I don't know how you walk away from that.
Time to go for a ride. Oh, an exploder suplex. And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Smothering offense from Punk here.
beautiful neck breaker into the float over.
That was pretty.
He left an opening. Driver spiked him. High rent district for CM Punk. Perched up top. A diving knee drop. Boom. Punk never saw that coming. Rollins showing how much punishment he can withstand before getting his own offense in.
Could be a chance for Seth to change the complexion of this match. Buckle bomb! That patented high-impact offense from the visionary. Punk's completely rattled now.
Finds the roll-up. Oh, look at this. Reverses the leverage. That was nearly 3, but somehow Rollins kicked out.
He's not done. He's found some reserves, and he's ready to keep going.
Oh, here you go. Both arms hooked.
Did Rollins get enough of it?
Looking for the pin. He kicked out at 2.
There is that legendary fighting spirit of Punk on full display.
How often do you see Seth Rollins come up that short, that close? He's got to be livid right about now. Crashing down hard. Indy counters. Sling blade.
Charging himself up and going in for the kill with it. Punk's had enough. He's looking to end this here. Nails the GTS. That could end Rollins right now.
2, 3, no! 2 count.
Seth Rollins has never been known to lay down and hand out victories to anyone.
Launching. You gotta be kidding me.
A true sight to behold, only made better by that picture-perfect landing. But
Soaring. All the way to the outside.
that was absolute lunacy.
Landing with such force.
From the heavens.
Adrenaline can make you do crazy things. Exhibit A right there.
And here we go, returning to the ring.
CM Punk rallying the crowd behind him.
Not sure if he should waste all his time hot-dogging around.
We can see a count out here.
Was getting close to a count out there, but managed to get back in the...
From the middle rope.
Down around to the schoolboy. Shoulders are down.
Yeah, that was clearly a rope break. Any more blows to the head like that, the ref might have to stop this match.
Yeah, Cole, or we might even see this one end in a knock. What's it going to take to end it? It might be this.
The Golden Sleep GTS from Punk.
Busting out the heavy artillery once again.
2 count. Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the culmination of all those years of hard work. After all the ups and downs, all roads pointed to the one location I'd always dreamed of, the main event of WrestleMania. My victory's over.
Each of these 3 men believe they are the only one who can walk out of here victorious. Roman CM Punk to prove he's still the best in the world.
Punk is claiming that for him, this is just business. And taking Reigns and Rollins out at WrestleMania will get them out of his way so he can accomplish the things he returned to WWE to do, to win titles.
But Reigns and Rollins are not your average roadblocks. They're two of the biggest names in WWE for a reason. And they're not about to let CM Punk just have his way.
CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman, when he was only a teenager, wanting to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the wise man.
And you could argue that the greatest benefactor was the 1,316-day reign of the Tribal Chief.
Look at everything Roman did for Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's career. Riding the gravy train of Roman Reigns, and now to turn his back on him for tonight.
I'm sure a betting man would tell you the odds are against CM Punk here, against two younger competitors who have been on top
From the sky!
crossbody from the top.
Roman taking on the offense, but I assure you, the big stage of a WrestleMania main event is not phasing him one bit.
So much disdain with each of these shots. Something about this is starting to feel way more personal.
It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. And CM Punk's corner tonight, though. The question is, where does Paul... allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
Diamond plate facial.
Action's feeling close. This is probably a good time to take our things and go.
Just rubbing it in there.
And for Punk and Rollins, such a personal hatred between these two. Rollins has never forgotten the fact that Punk left the company, badmouthed the company for many years, while Rollins stayed here and played the soldier. And when Punk came back to all the fanfare, it pissed Rollins off. Seth has a lot of animosity to take out.
I actually spoke to Rollins earlier. He said the only time CM Punk has improved the culture in WWE is when he cleared off for 10 years.
Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here? And a spinning sit-out powerbomb.
That powerbomb was absolutely worthy of both halves of its name.
And goes back into the ring here.
Sheesh, that's going to leave a mark.
Managing to evade a precarious position there.
And Roman and Seth, two former allies, would make a lot of sense for them to team up with CM Punk tonight.
Yeah, I think it's way too late to strike that deal, Michael Cole. 10 years of animosity will eliminate all signs of trust between the two former Shield mates.
Remember, in many ways, the obsession by Reigns for Rollins last year cost Reigns the championship in the record reign.
And Punk would be quite happy if that obsession continues. It's clearly personal for Roman and Seth, but for Punk, tonight's just about business.
Seth Rollins' chances are whittling down.
Rollins has no answer for Punk's well-aimed attacks.
Spiked.
Roman just mocking his opponent now. Using that barricade with great effect.
And he re-enters into the ring.
Oh, the elbow drop.
And remember, the reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least when they first arrived on the scene, was because of CM Punk. The Shield was built as a security force for CM Punk.
Come on, let's not make out like that is some accolade for CM Punk. They were brought in as security to protect CM Punk. It wasn't some selfless act by Punk, and both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know that.
Well, Punk is claiming that he was the man to bring them both into the business, and he can't wait to be the man to take them both out of it.
Clothesline! And CM Punk is in control.
A series of disabling maneuvers from Punk.
Moves to the right. A cover roll. Shoulders are down. This could be it. Great position. Momentum going back to Punk's corner.
Time now for CM Punk to get his energy up and claw back into the fight. Seth Rollins has found his favorite equalizer, a steel chair.
Under the ropes and back into the ring. Oh, just nailing the double axe handle.
Ooh, that caught with a punch to the face.
Neckbreaker crushing into the chair.
Absolutely impaled on that chair. I can't imagine the rope.
Flying through the air. It connects.
Fueled by emotion, doing whatever it takes to take out the competition. Spiked by that DDT.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps of a generation.
It's about ego and animosity. It's about 12 years ago when the three men made their way down the stairs to remake this company in their image and the man that opened the back door for them.
A search for supremacy. The man that walks out here is the champion of a generation.
Into the ring again now. What a display of strength. And Seth. This one's for the match. Kicks out.
Now is not the time to wallow in disbelief. Pressure must be kept on.
Kick gets caught. Got him caught. Into a dragon scream changer.
This has been a hurricane of chaos. Rollins, Punk, Reigns, each struggling to prove their superiority.
Flapjack.
And Punk finding himself on the wrong side of another exchange. Into the cover. This might be it. Fights out at two.
And you got to think he's just one final blow away from not kicking out next time.
Big impact on the suplex.
One arm hooked.
Face buster.
Gross. But now with a quick double under and a Uranagi converts it into the Anaconda Vice.
Can the
A couple of knees there. That'll get him out of it.
Rollins with a head of steam. Big air. The head of the table stitches it in.
And now Punk. Kick to the midsection of Reigns. Rollins trying to crawl back into this as well.
Rollins trying to prevent that GTS on Reigns, but he's about to eat one himself.
Oh, bang. Spear. Stop. Everybody down.
Oh, what a moment of chaos in this match. If any man here can get a cover, it could be victory, but wait up. Lurking is Paul Heyman with a steel chair.
And no shocker here. Handing the chair to his friend, CM Punk. And this, guys, this could be the ultimate betrayal of Roman Reigns.
What the hell is Heyman thinking?
And now Punk with a roundhouse kick to Reigns.
Well, Heyman tried to stab his man, CM Punk, in the back, but was denied. But now Rollins with a low blow of his own on Punk. What the hell is going on?
And now, Heyman handing the chair to Rollins. What the hell? Oh, no!
The devil's work is afoot tonight.
Plan B all over again.
That pathetic Paul Heyman. He's a damn Judas. How many people is he going to betray?
You're missing the point, Cole, the visionary. CM Punk looking.
Versatility from Rollins.
Rollins drops his opponent. Stomp into the ground.
Now Rollins.
Spear!
Seth's eyes look glazed over.
Now with the cover.
That's gotta be it.
No, he beats the count.
Rollins staying in this thing. Some could even say he's far too stubborn to have things end like that.
And Reigns absolutely can't believe it.
On Punk now lifting. Reigns was waiting for that.
Dismantling the arm in the corner. Gotta hurt.
Rollins making perfectly clear who the visionary is in this match.
He gets back into the ring. Connected full force with the chair.
An extremely rough landing onto the chair. That pain's not going to go away anytime soon.
Tough hit to the legs. And he scores a reversal on Rollins. He's leaving the ring now. No countouts to worry about.
Reigns laying down the gauntlet for his opponent. Back suplex, no! Driven down.
They are feeding off the WWE fans, now pinning the arm down, and stop right to the hand.
It's absolute pandemonium in here.
And it's all because of the willpower these superstars are showing. Counters to gain the advantage. And he heads back into the ring.
Punk peppering his opponent with attacks. Uranagi into the Anaconda Vice Grip.
This might just, not sure what he's thinking, letting go here. Cuts the attack off.
CM Punk looking to turn out the lights. Going to sleep. That's going to keep Rollins down.
Going for the cover. Punk has beaten the odds. Has defeated both Reigns and Rollins.
Here is your winner, Punk.
A moment of pure vindication here for CM Punk.
This was a lifetime in the making, and it couldn't have been any harder earned. Punk had to get through Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins to finally taste a main event.
Now that's more like it. Standing triumphant at WrestleMania 41 thanks to you. Something I really like about this slingshot technology is I'm not restricted to only my matches. I have the power to jump into the boots of other superstars and change the course of their career too. And I can think of no better choice than the main event of 1997 Survivor Series. That's right, the infamous night that saw Bret Hart defend his championship against Shawn Michaels. They had so many epic battles. But after a particularly painful loss to Michaels at WrestleMania 12, Bret would take a sabbatical from WWE, eventually returning late in 1996. By the spring of 1997, things were much different than WWE. Bret and his family had reformed a bigger and better Hart Foundation, while Shawn and his friends created DX.
Are you ready?
The two groups despised each other, and after months of chaos, it all led to Survivor Series. And it was on that night that Shawn would steal the championship and send Bret Hart packing to WCW in an event known as the Montreal Screwjob. It's no secret that I'm a Bret Hart fan, and I consider him one of the greatest of all time. So let's hop into Bret's boots and take on Shawn Michaels in his prime, something I never got to do. The plan is simple. Avoid the sharpshooter, and we'll be okay. But if Shawn can apply the hold, we know exactly what is going to happen. Slingshot Tech, take us to the 1997 Survivor Series in Montreal.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Championship.
Possibly the two biggest egos in all of wrestling history are about to collide here tonight.
From San Antonio, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, the WWE European Champion, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
How many times have we heard Shawn Michaels say, "I won't lay down for anybody"? And how many times have we heard Bret say, he's the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be? It is put up or shut up time for both men. You can feel the electricity.
His opponent from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 234 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
And what an ovation for the 21-year veteran who debuted at the age of 19 in 1976 in Calgary.
Shawn Michaels would not allow D-Generation X to accompany him to the ring tonight, and likewise, Bret Hart would not allow
The WWE Championship, one of the most... There is so much electricity in the air here tonight in Montreal. This is always going to be a big match for both Shawn and Bret, but squaring off in Montreal only adds to the importance of tonight. This isn't just a huge match for both these men. This may be one of the biggest matches we've ever seen in WWE.
Yeah, the title almost feels secondary tonight, which is crazy to even say out loud. This feud has been boiling for years, and it never seems like it will fully be settled. I know this is going to be one we'll talk about for years.
He's locked up.
Oh, great display of strength with the suplex. And we all know how good these two men are in the ring. You can argue two of the best to ever do it. But tonight, I don't think either man cares about showing off technical skill. These two just want to fight.
When it's gotten to this level, when it has become so personal, there is nothing else to expect. All that is left is a down and dirty fight between two guys that hate each other's guts.
Some showboating from Shawn here.
He's got a mind to count out rules as he heads ringside. Headed out of the ring, but the count is looming.
Down with a face buster.
This Canadian biased crowd continues to let Shawn Michaels know what they think about him. A very hostile environment for HBK.
Yeah, and Shawn has never done himself any favors towards changing their opinion either. At least we can say Michaels isn't prejudiced to who he insults. If you have a pulse, you're fair game. Great in-ring IQ on display there.
Wow, what impact! Hitman laying it into Shawn. Wants to always keep Shawn close, keep him grounded. That's pivotal for the champ tonight.
Just from a style standpoint, Bret and Shawn are totally opposite. Bret's slow, methodical, with a technical approach, versus Shawn's fast, explosive offense.
We also know that
maybe not, maybe not!
Still fighting to keep in this thing.
Oh, quick crucifix. And Michaels
going for it.
Crashing to the floor.
The risk clearly was not worth the reward as they just came up empty-handed there. Mercilessly attacking the ankle, stretching the tendons and ligaments, torturing their opponent. To the ring post.
Oh, kick right to the gut. Michaels doing what he can to keep his pace in this matchup. And if Bret Hart isolates the leg and feels the advantage in the legs, Wade, he won't go anywhere else.
You're right, because all that's in the back of his mind is the sharpshooter. It's that precise breakdown of his target that has made the Hitman who he is. Oh, my God!
Wicked clothesline!
This is how Bret wanted it. A public assault of Michaels in front of the Canadian people.
Kicks right to the midsection. Opponent dropped in the corner.
Mudhole stomping.
And something Bret has to know is all the attributes Shawn possesses, Michaels might have more cardiovascular conditioning here. Michaels is insanely resilient. Remember what Michaels did, Corey, in St. Louis just a month ago against The Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. He used every attribute to survive that encounter.
I've never seen a match more unholy than that Hell in a Cell match. HBK might not be surrounded by steel tonight, but I think the test in front of him is even greater. Michaels is going to need everything in him to survive at the Survivor Series.
The hit. Maybe looking for a powerbomb here.
Fighting out, hammering away with punches to the face.
Propping him up in the corner.
This personal rivalry goes so far back. You can see the seeds of it when they were both tag team competitors, part of the Hart Foundation and the Rockers. Each man becoming breakout stars and leaders of a new generation in WWE. Up until that point, it was professional. But recent years and the weight of carrying the industry have changed these men.
The turning point was WrestleMania, Cole, when Bret was screwed out of the title.
Figure 4. Wait, he makes the choice to abandon the hold.
Bam!
What a kick. Whipped into the corner with tremendous force. Kick right to the gut. Gonna grab this superstar now out to the apron and wrap their legs around the ring post. Figure 4 applied. Torturous maneuver.
Absolute torture.
Bret's bent on destroying HBK with moves like that.
And to speak on the elephant in the room, yes, there's been a lot of speculation that if Bret Hart loses this match, this will be his last match in WWE.
Yeah, I tried to get a word from the Hitman earlier today about the rumors, but I was quickly escorted away by his Hulk Foundation brethren.
It's a rumor cloud that hangs above the collective minds of this capacity crowd. Such an anxious feeling inside this arena.
And you have to be in a lot of pain taking that many attacks to the core.
Yeah, but you really have to fight through it. He's got him in his grasp. Dishing out a suplex.
Off that ring post. What a gruesome sound we just heard.
Whip back into the ring. And back in before the referees count.
Wants to finish this.
And Brett on the top rope and the referee knocked down, guys.
Well, took down Shawn Michaels, but accidentally took down the ref in the process. And at this point, all bets are off.
Michaels to the eyes of the Hitman. Shawn taking advantage of the referee's state at the moment. But what is HBK thinking now? Oh,
and now looking for a sharpshooter. Bret Hart's own move. Shawn Michaels trying to turn him on his belly.
And the referee dropped once again as Bret kicked Michaels away.
And another ref's in.
What is going on here?
I guess we're not going to get a screw job tonight, Wade. Trading back and forth blows now.
Ooh, blow after blow. Test of endurance at this point. Ooh, clearly now being fueled by a righteous fury. And this bloodthirsty crowd is loving it. Drop kick.
Figure four. And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here.
The Hitman now taking his opponent down. Grapevine locked in. Sharp.
He's able to reach the ropes and force the release. Fends it off. Good counter. Looking to end this. The schoolboy.
Making a hasty retreat to the outside. Some may consider this an act.
A beautiful takedown for the victory. Bret retains the title.
Here is your winner and still WWE Champion, Bret Hitman Hart.
You can feel the uncertainty in the air already.
Yeah, who knows what Bret is going to do now?
A lot of questions still unanswered here.